Okay, so this is the Have a Drink on Me tutorial. There's a couple different parts, and I'll go through them each. The very beginning starts off like this. Alright, so all that riff is, you're playing on the G and B. You're coming up to the 9th fret on the G and the 8th fret on the B. These are the strings. You know, and I use my ring and my middle finger. So like this. And give a little vibrato. So then it's slowly, and I'll play this slowly so you can hear the notes. So you slide up to that. Alright, so it sounds like there's 8 notes in there, and at the very beginning of the song, Angus Young will do that, I believe, 4 times. Okay, so that little ending piece I'm playing there is nothing more than, you know, you would have a C major, just using my index finger to bar, and then hammering on the G string on the looks to be 6th fret. So you'll get this sort of sound, and you're playing these 4 strings. A. Okay, sorry about that. This is an old camera, and I could only actually film 3 minutes at a clip. So, and the picture's grainy, I understand that. Again, it's only 4 megapixel. It's old, but it's sturdy, so I've been using it. So anyways, I was talking about that last part of the opening riff. So basically it goes like this. And you're playing 4 strings. You're barring, you're playing A, D, G, you know, B if you can. If not, you know, I mean, if that doesn't get in there, that's okay, but it's... So... You're hammering down on the 6th on the G string. Then you're coming across, and you could bring your full finger and bar if you'd like. I just bring my 3 fingers up because that's the way I'm used to actually playing the A chord. So it just, you know, that's just the way it works out for me. So something like this. Even if you want to give a little vibrato there, you can, but you don't need to. I think on the record there's also a pedal note that's actually going on there, so something like this. Probably more palm muted. But you don't need to do that. Okay, so when you put all those pieces together, like I said, Angus does that 4 times. And then on the very last time, he brings into the C power chord here, and he just lifts his forefinger off to make that slight adjustment. So it's C, lift off, C. That's pretty much the opening. Now Malcolm comes in. I'll be playing Malcolm's part, so I mean, as long as you play that part, that would be fine. But basically, he comes in strong on the A. It's kind of like. Something like that. All right. So to go over, I guess, go over it one more time. Okay, again, sorry about that. The camera cut off. So anyways, that's the opening riff. And the two brothers will play together, actually. This part a couple more times until they finally get to this ending part when they're ready to launch the verse. So now when they get into the verse, it's I guess it's just a little bluesy thing, but it's relatively simple. So you would play the blues shuffle like something like this. And then maybe you would even extend, your pinky out there, so you go. And essentially, that's all this is. So you're on. I use my index and my middle. Those are on the on the D string, and you're actually only playing the A and the D string here. So it kind of sounds something like this, and you're just kind of alternating your forefinger, your middle, and then you're bringing your pinky up to play that A note. So something like this. You're playing with a slight palm mute up here, and that's pretty much all it goes. So it's whiskey, gin, and brandy. With a glass, I'm pretty handy. Try to walk a straight line on sour mash and cheap wine, and so on. So that's pretty much the verse until they get there's a second part of the verse where they're still playing that lick. But they add in some chords to kind of drive it home. So okay, so that chord sequence would go, you play the verse, A, play the verse, G, play the verse, D. And I'm going to bring up the lyrics in a second, and hopefully sing along just so you can see how that kind of fits in there. Let me do that now.